Hey,
Hey, can you see me?
yeah, I can see you, hear you, everything.
Okay, we're gonna try. Okay, guys, if you haven't been
So,
paying attention, basically what's been happening is like we're supposed to do this IG live for my show at basically 5 o'clock, but for some reason Josue can't enter my live, but I can enter his. So what I'm going to do is like he basically set up the live, and we're just gonna do this here. He's gonna save the video and he's gonna send it to me. This is not gonna take more than an hour. So, for everybody who's new, this is called the Olive Tree Podcast. It's basically about having open and honest conversations with open and honest individuals. Today, me and my friend Josue will be talking about the Haitian Experience. We're both immigrants of the United States who have come from Haiti, and we're basically going to talk about our experiences with Haitian culture. It's going to be an hour-long video, so stay tuned and enjoy. Okay, Josue, I know this is your page, but since this is my show, you can introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
all right. Hey, my name is Joseph Sivelsin, and I'm from Haiti. Um, Specifically the capital, Port-au-Prince, and I moved here when I was 16 in 2017.
Okay, tell
That's
us a
yeah.
fun fact about yourself. What do you like to do?
I pretty much like to play music and write, and that's it.
All right, okay. So as I already mentioned, we're both immigrants to the United States from Haiti. So what was your earliest memory of Haiti?
I mean, I don't know. It's just I kind of had a bunch of memories really when I was a kid, but like to say the earliest is like it's kind of hard. Um, Let me think, like a
I think
moment.
you mentioned something about a storm to me one time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this like okay, that's yeah, that's this one too. I mean, I can't really say if it's like my earliest, but that's definitely one memory from my childhood. So it was basically like a really bad storm, and then we ended up like staying in a house like without a roof because it has been blown off by the wind. So we had to move out and go to my like uncle's house for like 2 months and until we could find another house to rent and live there. So that's basically one of my memories from my country when I
Well,
was a kid.
what what
And at this
differentiates?
time my mom was pregnant with my little sister too, so I might have been maybe 2 years old or two.
Okay. I think what like differentiates like somebody like you from somebody like me is that you were raised in Haiti. You were born in Haiti, but you were raised in Haiti.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I was born in Haiti, but I moved here when I was basically 2. So I don't really have too many memories. All I do remember though is I took a vacation. I went on vacation for like a week in April when I was like
Hmm.
5 or 6. And there are two things I specifically remember. One, I remember walking out the house and seeing like a rooster and stuff. Two
Yeah.
is you know how in Haiti we have sewers and stuff like that. And like the thing is with me there was like this open sewer, right? I was by myself and stuff. And to be honest, if God hadn't put his hand on me, like I probably would have been stupid enough to put my foot down and I could have been in a bunch of, SHIT. But, thank God that that didn't happen. So I'm just, yeah, it's good. It's good.
I mean, talking about my mom, that mom was always say, si vous tombez dans bagage, ça va pas directement dans la mer. Like if you fall in it, you go into the sea, like straight to the sea, and
Oh man,
then
well,
that
thank
just
God because
yeah,
I might not have been here today. So
yeah.
yeah, I was by myself too. Who knows? Who knows? All right. So from your experience, this podcast is going to be more focused on you. What was it like
Thanks.
growing up in Haiti?
I mean, for the most part, it was really good. Really great. A lot of great people, good food. It was for the most part really good. Yeah.
You would say, okay, um, talk about education. Like, how was like, what's the biggest difference that you see between school in the United States and school in Haiti? And like, this doesn't necessarily need to be on an academic level, but this can be on like, let's say, how students act, how, I don't know, how teachers teach and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. So for like how student acts, so here's the thing. In here we have like a lot of liberty, really. So I noticed that. as kid at school, like you can do basically whatever the hell you want. But like back in school in Haiti, man, I just, it's kind of like a prison really. So there's like nothing you can do, like a bunch of rules and everything. For the girls, you have to comb your hair a certain way. You can't, you have to wear that, this thing they call bulgogo. Like you have to, just like a bunch of crappy rules you have to follow, you know? You can't wear what you want. You have to wear like a uniform. So that's kind of the difference. And academically, it's, I feel like in a sense Haiti is better. Why? Because like there's like a bunch of things that I'm learning right now that I've been doing since I've been 13 and 14 in Haiti. So, and like I can't help but notice that people still don't get it. Like while in Haiti, people that are 13, 12, 14, they know this stuff by heart. So like there's like a little difference here. So in my opinion, it's kind of more rigorous really, so more strict. So that's kind of what I have to say.
Okay, okay. I think you mentioned to me one time about like how bullying in Haiti is different than like, well, not necessarily that it's different and stuff like that. And sorry guys if you can hear my grandmother, but the thing is like in Haiti they don't really do anything about bullying and stuff like that. You tell your teacher that you're being bullied and it's like they don't really care, to be honest, and they might even like I feel like they might even punish you and stuff like that. But here it's like obviously yes, some people get away with it, but I feel like people tend to be more strict when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, you know, when you tell us, okay, somebody's bullying me, they're not gonna, I mean, they're gonna punish you for that, but it's just they don't tend to get into that stuff really because it's kind of like roasting really. So we call it faouche. So if somebody's like bullying you in that way, so there's like nothing you can do really. Like if you get mad, guess what? They're just gonna keep doing it to you. So you kind of have to find a way
You have to be
to
mentally
deal
strong,
with it.
I
Like
guess.
for example, like growing up, you know, near side in Haiti, like having glasses and everything. Like my first glasses was like that big, so you can only imagine like the amount of bullying I had to go through. You know, people saying like every time they see me, oh, how many fingers do you see? How many fingers do you see? Sorry, how many fingers do you see? So it's just like I
Yeah.
had to do those things
It's kind of like
and like
how in the United States they'll call you like four eyes and stuff like that because of like yeah, two lenses, two eyes. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean, they used to call me four eyes, like that's like the name I had when I was a kid. But I feel like also the difference, like, you know, kids in Haiti, they expect those kind of stuff, and they don't. They get mad because I used to get mad all the time, but eventually they get a they I mean they get used to it, and it's just not that hard to deal with again. So that's like
So I
the
guess
whole
just
thing
the
really.
advice is if like you were to grow up going to school in Haiti, just be mentally strong and ignore it.
Definitely. Like I was one time in a bus, and then there's this guy. Like he took a bread and threw it in his mouth and took it out and threw it in my back. And I was like, what?
That's just disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, like you're not gonna fight him because he has a group, and then you might end up, you know, getting a beating. So there's one thing you can do: laugh about it and just go
Move
on with your
your
day.
neck.
Like I mean, we're gonna call the police or I don't know, something like that. There's nothing you can do
What
really.
do
So
you now see? Like, you know, I have a list of questions here, but like this ties into it. Like, what do you think that says about Haitian culture? About like, how, what do you think that says? Like, how like I feel like here in America we have this thing called like PC culture and stuff like that, which means politically correct culture, and like everybody's like, oh, I don't know if this makes sense, but like everybody's always afraid to offend somebody, and it's like, but in Haiti, like nobody really
uh,
cares. Like maybe that was a bad analogy, but
I
like
mean, not really. Like is the thing. Like some people do care, but like the majority, they don't care about your feelings. If you like, you know, if you like really sensitive, really like you have a you like you're
you won't
sensible.
survive
So
in Haiti school.
no,
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 not at all.
definitely not. Because like, you know, like sometimes you have to act tough really because like people are just gonna walk over you and do whatever they want.
I feel
Um,
like in America, we nowadays we tend to prioritize a lot of people's emotions and their feelings and stuff, which is not always a bad thing because I do believe that mental health is important. Like you should keep your mind right, obviously, but like I feel like some maybe I don't know, maybe I could be wrong. Like this is all about being honest, but like sometimes we prioritize emotion too much and stuff. If you understand what
yeah,
I mean.
yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree with that. Like in here, people are always talking, "Oh, I don't want your feelings. I don't want to do this. I don't want that." But in Haiti, they don't do that. Like they don't do it like that. If like somebody has to tell you something, they're just gonna straight up tell it to you, and you can handle it. You handle it. You cannot. That's on you. So, and that's pretty much it, really.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand. Uh, okay. The next question is, how is the transition of growing up in Haiti to moving here to the United States?
I mean, it's.
Give
I
me a
feel like
second. I'm gonna close my window, but you can keep talking.
all right. Uh, I'm gonna give like a really confusing answer to that question because I feel like it's been easy and hard at the same time. Easy, why? Because since I was a kid, my dad always wanted us to be here. Even though I didn't want to be here, like at the first place. And I remember in 2015 when my dad told me, we're gonna live in the US like soon, and I'm like, why? Like I have a good life in Haiti. Why would I go to the US? He's like, no, you have to go. So I mean, I didn't want to be here at the first time, in the first place. So there's that. But the transition has been easy because I've been learning English kind of my whole life. Like my dad used to keep me up at night to learn the verbs, like to have, to be. Like if I don't know them by heart, I'm not going to sleep, bro. You know.
You'd get a
So
beating.
yeah, I mean, not really. Like, not
He was just
really.
strict. He
Sometimes
was
I,
just
I
strict.
I I would get a beating for not knowing my verbs. So, but like not that much really. But and guess what? You I don't know. Do you say dictation? I don't know what the word is. When basically the person is like telling you a story and you have to write everything down, everything you hear.
It's like
I don't know.
rote memorization.
I mean, no, it's not really memorization. So let's say like uh, I'm dictating you something. I'm saying stuff and you have to like write everything down. So
It's like
that's basically it.
repetition in a way, right?
Yeah,
It's like
kind of, but I forgot though. My dad used to call it dictation, but I don't think that's the word for it, so I'm not gonna say it. So
okay.
like he would like sit down and tell me a story in English, and I would have to listen to him and like write everything down. So that was like my childhood, really.
All right.
So yeah, so that's why English wasn't really that hard to know, to like be able to speak. Still, I still find it really hard to get rid of that Haitian accent. But
Hey man, it's
hey,
okay. It's fine. I mean,
that's
sometimes I'm talking and I feel like I have a Haitian accent to be honest. So like the thing is, like I mentioned before, is like you grew up in Haiti, you were born in Haiti, but like I was just born in Haiti, but I moved here when I was really young. So like the transition wasn't as bad for me. The only thing that I feel like really sticks out is that like most people call me Oliver, but my name is not actually Oliver. The
right.
reason
It's
why I tell
Olivier,
people
right?
to call me Oliver, right, is because I know I'm sorry, but a lot of American people, non Haitian people will mess up my name. They'll call me Olivia, they'll call me Olivier and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
that's not my name. My name, my actual legal name, is like Olivier Makeli Belfort. And like for
yeah.
some people, they're like, oh man, like I can't say that and stuff
I
like
can see
that.
that.
But like that's just my name. So like now I've been trying to like, take more pride in my Haitian roots and like I'm not gonna be mad at anybody and let's say be petty or something like that if
I
they
mean,
mess up my name. But like I'll just
you
be like, my name is not Oliver, my name's
let
Olivier.
me tell
My
you something.
Instagram is
You
Olivier.
think you get it bad though. My first English teacher in the United States used to call me Josui. Like I hated that so much.
And Josue is not even a hard name to
It's
pronounce.
not hard to say Josui. Like, and still now, every time I say, "Hey, Josui," I'm like, no, no, to call it like that. But people still don't get it. But for now, like people try to say Josue. Like you remember Senora Belcher, my Spanish teacher. She used to call
I
me
remember
Josh
Mr.
Way.
Sechi. Yeah, Mr. Sechi used to call you Joe Sway. I think he used to make fun of your name too, right?
Exactly. Like, I mean, I'm kind of used to it, because you see my last name,
All right.
even Haitian can't say it. They just can't. It's Sylvain, Syvlsaint, Sylvain. But you will like hear people say Silver Saint, Sylvain. Like, I just
Yeah, I
at
think
some point I just what, say whatever you
I
want.
feel like some people are just lazy to be honest and stuff. The
Yeah,
thing is, my name is not even that hard to pronounce, even though it's foreign. It's just Olivier. Like
Olivier. Yeah,
Spanish. There's like a word called that is like viejo, right? Viejo. All you need to say
yeah,
is Oli and then vie, and that's it. It's not that hard to be honest. And like,
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that's really it to be honest. You probably have had more experiences than I have had in transition, but like for me growing up here, like I pretty much fit in and stuff like that because like my I don't really have an accent. I don't have as much of an accent as you do, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I learned English and like the funny thing is like not only did I learn English, but I also was able to learn other languages being here. Like I can speak Spanish, like I'm
That's
getting better
good,
at
man.
Portuguese and stuff. So yeah,
Oh,
assimilation. I feel like for Haitians, assimilation is not too hard to be honest, because like
yeah.
Haitians know how to use their brain. You can put them in like a country they don't know the language at all. They'll find a way to.
And they're gonna get it
You
like
can put
that.
a Haitian
Yeah,
in the middle of China, and they'll still find a way to survive. Like they
exactly.
don't speak the language, but like give them a year. Next thing you know, they're speaking fluent Mandarin or Cantonese.
Exactly.
That's how I
And
feel.
that actually brings me to the second part of my answer, really, the hard part. So the transition is kind of hard because here's the thing. I'm like someone who kind of likes friends. Like back in Haiti, I have a bunch of buddies, a bunch of friends, male and females. Like it kind of was great, but when I came here, it's like really hard to find someone really because I'm the type of person who is not gonna talk to anybody. So this has been a bit hard, and also seeing like the difference really between like the way the people think. Back in Haiti, I used to think this way. People used to think this way, but in here, this is okay. Back in Haiti, this is not okay. In Haiti, this is okay. Back in
Yeah,
here, this
I
is not
think
okay. So
we have a term in Creole called sumun, and sumun can mean a lot of things, but it basically, if you translate it, it means on people and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like someone who's sumun is, I'd say, someone who has a lack of social awareness and stuff like that. Like
definitely, yeah.
they
Doesn't know his place.
they
Yeah,
don't have any emotional intelligence or any sort of comprehension at all. Like they're the
yeah,
type of person that will come to your house uninvited, then just start taking your food, or they'll frequently call you and stuff like that, not knowing that you
yeah.
have other things to do and stuff like that. It's also like you can use it to describe, like, let's say a very clingy person and stuff. And I feel like one of the things that Haitian culture tends to emphasize, or like, yeah, growing up in a Haitian household, they tend to emphasize is like, oh, upadu against me and stuff like that. In the sense,
Yeah,
like, you're not supposed to be like too attached to your friends and stuff. Because I feel
exactly.
like, at least from my experience, like I'm a very sociable person, and I get attached to people way too quickly and stuff like that. So whenever,
Mhm.
like, let's say, like I used to have like certain friends and stuff like that, and like they start, I guess, pushing away from me and stuff. My mom would kind of like tend to nag me and stuff, and she'll be like, "See, this is why, like, you're not supposed to be like that and stuff like that." It's just like,
Exactly. And
yeah,
like the same way, my parents are the same way too. They'll be like, like they'd be like, you shouldn't be talking to that person. You shouldn't be talking to that person. I'm like, Dad, come on. Like, if I don't talk to anyone, like, who is gonna help me if I need something in life? Like,
yeah.
there's that. They kind of don't like to make friends. You remember like this thing, this the three L's, l'école, la caille, l'église,
Oh yeah.
school, church, and
I mean, I
school,
feel like
church,
one
and,
of the
and, and
things
home.
Haitian
Yeah,
parents, all Haitian parents tell their kids is that like, oh, upadu against me. And for anyone who doesn't speak Creole, that basically means like you're not supposed to have friends and stuff
no
like that. Like,
friends.
or
Yeah,
I don't send you to school to have friends and stuff. But I'm like,
exactly.
okay, you
Yeah,
don't send me to school to have friends. So does that mean I just sit by myself, don't talk to anybody? Like, I don't think that's a
yeah,
good way to like experience your education and stuff.
Yeah.
Because even let's say you don't go to school to have friends per se and stuff, like you need people to help you
You
along the
need
way. You
people.
can't live life
Exactly. You
by
need people.
yourself.
And also the thing is that I do understand where they're coming from too, because sometimes people can be like a really bad influence on you
Yeah.
and they wanna raise a kid for society. That's what they tell you. M'appelez-vous pour société à demain si Dieu veut, for society tomorrow. So if you go
But
somewhere,
they're
they're
the
not gonna
same
kick
ones
you out for bad
who are
manners.
gonna
Yeah,
tell you don't let society influence you.
exactly. Like, pas quitter mon influence au petit moi. Parce que for bon Timon, pas pleve Timon mal élevé. Like I'm not raising a disrespectful people like son
Yeah.
or daughter. So you gotta be this way, this way. This is what they call for marché SS, which
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that before.
I think I've heard that before. I think so.
Yeah, it's basically like I don't know, walking like an S. If you like to translate that in
Like
English,
walking straight, I guess.
but
Like
like I mean, it's not really straight, but like SS, which means like if I tell you right, if I tell you left, you go
it's
left,
almost like
right, you go right.
zigzag in
So
my
that's basically
opinion.
so SS, like that. So you do exactly what I tell you to do, and you don't do anything else, and you're gonna be the perfect person for society. Everybody's gonna like you, and
But
that's
that's
it.
not true though. That's not true though. You could be perfect, but people still don't
Oh,
like you. I mean, people didn't like
exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So
And guess what? Being that perfect kid, I know what it is because like I mean I don't want to boast, but I've been that kind of that kind of kid my whole life.
like never disobey
But,
your
yeah,
parents, always follow the
never disobey
rules.
my parents. Like go to school every day, don't skip class,
I mean
and
that there's a
good
lot of
grades and
pressure. See,
everything.
I feel
So
like there's a lot
I,
of
I I
pressure.
know I know what it is. Like I'm gonna let you continue, but the thing is that there's also downside. In order to do that, to keep that kind of life, really, you gotta like keep most people at bay. You can't be with that crowd, you can't be with that crowd and everything. So at one point in my life, I say, you know what, screw it. I'm still gonna be that kid. I'm not gonna do anything stupid like drink, smoke, or something like that. But I'm gonna talk to people. Like the fact is that yes, I'm having good grades, but what about the person who doesn't have good grades? So is it not a person too? So should I just ignore him or something? So
Yeah. Think
no,
that
that's
that you're better than him.
yeah. So and guess what? Maybe I'm having good grades because like I don't know why, but still that doesn't mean I should ignore that person. So that's why I kind of like kind of reviewed my ideology, if I can say it like that, and I feel like it's way better now, Still I'm having good grades, still I don't do anything stupid, but I allow myself to talk to people, to be friends to people that don't necessarily think the same way as I do.
That's
And
called just being
that's
an open-minded person and stuff,
exactly.
listening to people's experiences and stuff.
Yeah,
And I feel
and
like see, we're gonna get into this in the next question. I feel like a lot of Haitian parents, they raise you to be closed-minded. Like it's like they want you to think exactly like them and stuff like that. Don't even
exactly,
question
yeah.
it. And I guess in some ways that has been beneficial to me because like it prevented me from doing a lot of stupid things. But at
Yeah,
the same
definitely.
time, when you like have to live your life a certain way and stuff, you don't actually get to know who you actually are and stuff like that. You're living the life that your parents want you to live, but not the life that you don't know who you are. Like at the end of the day, like you need to know who you are, not who your parents want you to be. So
Exactly.
yeah. And I feel like
And
this is not just with Haitians. This is with like when you're an immigrant child and stuff like that. I feel like other nationalities experience the same thing, whether you're Asian, Hispanic, you know it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean, my advice to like kind of rectify that would be, don't do anything just because your parent tells you to not do it. You gotta find a reason for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like your dad tell you to not steal. Okay, I'm not gonna steal. Why? Because my dad says so. But like, what if your dad is not here? So what
What if
happens
you're
then?
yeah.
So what happens then? You're gonna steal something because you didn't do it for you. You didn't do it for you. I mean, you didn't do it for your dad. It was I don't want to make my dad mad. He's gonna beat me up. He's gonna do this. He's gonna that. So like you gotta find a reason to not steal yourself. Okay, I know stealing is bad. It's not good. If I want something, I'm gonna work for it. And then now, once you have that mindset, guess what? Even though your dad is not, he's not gonna steal no matter what. Even though
Yeah.
you maybe you're starving, you're still not gonna steal. you're gonna find another way to get that food, to get that money and do something with it. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
feel like
my
this
old
isn't
mindset.
like, I don't want to like drift off of the topic because we're specifically talking about Haitian like culture and stuff like that and growing up Haitian, but or in, like the Haitian experience. But I feel like, you know, um, well, man, I really just forgot what I was about to say. But you need to be able to think for yourself. That's really it.
Yeah,
You have to be, you don't want to
that's
just blindly follow people's advice and stuff. Like I remember there was a point in time I decided to, change my haircut and stuff because back in high school I used to shave my head really low, and like I would just get like a small shape up and stuff, or what Haitians call chas. But I decided to do something different one day. I got a fade, and like my grandmother and mom were on me and stuff like that. You know how Haitian parents are. They want you to like
yeah. Pas la faire
have a
coupe dans
certain
tête
look,
tout.
especially if they're like very religious and stuff like that. But I was like, hey, I need to start living my life and stuff like that because this is my appearance and stuff like that. At the end of the day, like when people look at me, they're not going to look at my grandmother, they're not going to look at my mom, they're going to look at me and stuff like that. I need to look good for myself, and obviously I'm not going to do anything crazy, but like I have to look good for myself. So that's something I had to learn. So we're going to dive into the next question, and this
All right.
deals with Haitian parents. So, like, in your opinion, do you think that Haitian parents are too strict? And the second question, what are the benefits and disadvantages of living in a Haitian household?
All right. For the first question, too strict. Yes. Yes, too strict. I love discipline. It's really good. It keeps you like in line, everything. But sometimes I feel like they have to let go, really, like just a little bit, not that much, just a little bit. Like as growing up as a kid, I didn't get to play outside with anybody. Like I got like all my toys inside, and that's it. Like I could just go, to the door and just look outside and see people playing, running around, but me inside the house, no friends, nothing. I mean, in a way, it was kind of good because I didn't get bad influences. I didn't go out and like do something crazy like as 5 year olds do and everything. But still, I still didn't get that chance to live that experience. To experience, like what kids did back in the days. With like playing outside, playing soccer with your friends, or running around or anything like that. Or I mean, it just you kind of miss out in a
On a
way.
lot of things like that you want
And
to
that
experience.
that that's why also I feel like that's why when people that was in Haiti, people that were in Haiti come here, and then they don't have that kind of strictness and
Reinforcement and
yeah,
structure.
reinforcement. Thank you for the word. So they go on and do
Yeah.
crazy stuff because they were not able to do it back then. That's that. Like that's why I think, yeah, it's good to have discipline, but because we need that. Like a child needs that to grow up to be someone that society likes, like Asian parents like to say that. But also they gotta be able to know to kind of let go a little bit and let the child learn from its mistakes and kind of grow up on his own, really. So
Yeah.
because they're not gonna be around like
All
every day in
every
his
yeah.
life, so you gotta be able to do something yourself. Like I know that I'm not gonna have my dad always besides me or my mom always besides me, so I gotta be able to do something on my. I gotta be able to like stand up and be a man and be like, I'm gonna do this, gonna do that,
I
and I'm
think
gonna take control of my life. So like, and sometimes Haitian parents, they don't let you do that because for example, like if you're living in the house and you're still 30, like guess what? You're still a kid. You're not an adult.
yeah.
A kid, bro.
That's
Like you're a kid. And
I think
if
that's
they
one of
want
the
to,
reasons
they
I
can
personally
still
want to
beat you
move
up,
out.
like whatever they want to, because you're still
Yeah.
a kid in their eyes. Like you're never gonna grow up. And there's
It's
that because they
one
don't
thing
let you. So that's bad.
I feel like one thing that's a problem though is that like they want you to be a man and stuff like that, but they don't let you have the experiences that can help you to grow into that manhood and stuff. And
Exactly,
it's like
exactly.
for me, I didn't really grow up with a father, which was bad to be honest. But I did have like, three uncles around, three male figures. But my mom, granted, I can say this is my fault too because I like to be in my room. But like
Mm-hmm.
the thing is just that like my mom was like overprotective and stuff like that. Even telling, I remember back in 2018, I was going to like a party for like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But it was in
Mm-hmm.
Bridgeport, right? And you know the stereotypes about Bridgeport and everything.
Yeah, I
And
know.
like my mom literally like started crying and stuff like that because I told her that I was going to go to a party in Bridgeport. Now it's like, and it wasn't anything
Wow.
crazy and stuff like that. It was for Thanksgiving and stuff with like people that I had met in school and stuff. And it's like it kind of go, I don't know, bro. It just
I mean,
the
you
overprotect.
complaining because your mom cried. Guess what? I wouldn't be able to go to that party because my mom would say, no, I don't know these people, so no party's for you. Like, sit your butt down. You're going nowhere.
Yeah, I feel like
Like,
a lot of Haitian parents tend to shelter their kids way,
yeah,
way, way too
way
much
too
and
much.
stuff. And a lot of those kids, what happens is like when they end up going to college and stuff like that, they just go crazy and stuff.
Yeah, go
Like,
crazy. Yeah. And you
the,
lose them.
yeah,
Mm. And there's that, like, like going back to Haiti, there's this, I don't know, can I say stereotype really about like people in private school or girls in private school, they like their parents are so strict really, like when like they are with their parents, like they're like the nicest people on earth, like the most respectful. They don't do anything. They're not like if you say hi to them, they're not gonna respond you because like you girls can talk to boys, blah 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 blah. But guess what? When mommy is not around, like, and you see that child, you see that lady, that young girl, and you're like, oh my god, they just go crazy. Like, they just go crazy. They talking to everybody. They dancing around. They like yelling, shouting.
oh
I
yeah.
don't know. It's just crazy to look at.
I
That's
think
that's why.
I
Yeah,
think
go
the
ahead.
over sheltering of Haitian parents is one of the reasons that personally, like, I want to like move out of like my house as soon as I graduate college and stuff. I hope my parents don't see this, but yeah, it's just it's just I need to live my life and stuff like that. I need to have my own personal experiences and stuff, and like I won't be able to do that if my parents are like sheltering me. And personally, one of my biggest fears is having what's called a midlife crisis and stuff like that, and I don't want to see that happen to me. Like I want to know who I am as an individual and learn more about myself, and
Yeah,
like I want to basically just learn who Oliver is, who Olivier is and stuff. And I feel
yeah,
like that's one of
definitely.
the problems of like growing up in a Haitian household. I
Yeah.
think another thing is that like this ties back into the being too strict part and stuff is like
Hmm.
when you try to explain your Haitian parents your point of view and stuff, they don't want to listen to you
They
because
don't
it's
listen.
their way
They
or
don't
the right
listen.
way and stuff. And
Yeah.
if you try to like explain to them your reasoning, and even in a respectful way, right? They think it's being maladve, or they think you're like, which basically means rude, or they think
Yeah.
like, oh, like you're listening
You
to,
talking
and it's
back
like,
to
yeah,
them and everything.
yeah, you're talking back.
Yeah. I mean, like, knowing me, like I tried so many times to explain to my parents, here's why I did this, here's what happened. That's not what you think, and it's not bad. But guess what? I ended up with, so pas faire mes jolly konya lam foot or soufflet. So like this basically like if you don't shut your mouth, I'm going to slap you. So like you just kind of give up. You like there's nothing at all you can do. Just let them believe what they want, and hopefully they will like be calm tomorrow, like the week after that, and you'll be good. And also one thing that my parents used to do, like you would do something that they'll be mad about, but they will tell you nothing. And you do something again, they tell you nothing. Do something, they tell you nothing. And then one day you just do something like a little bad, like maybe you break something, and they punish you for everything that you've done before. Like
Oh, that's
just
just terrible. That's like racking up
yeah,
the punishments, racking up the
yeah.
beatings.
So let's say that you do four bad things, and then the fifth thing you just break something. You break glass. You break the favorite mug or something like that, and they go all out on you. And then you go like, this is for this. This is for that. You think I forgot? and you end up like getting the beating of your life.
You
You
know
know,
what's
good
surprising?
old days.
Even like Haitian American people always talk about how, oh, my parents used to beat me. My parents were so strict. I actually never got beaten. Nope.
I'm good for you,
I
brother.
mean, I
Good,
was in a good, like, bro, like, I mean, I guess I was a
good,
good child, but I remember one time,
good for you. Good.
right? My mom made me get on my knees and stuff like that, and all I felt was carpet burn. She didn't whip me and stuff like that. My mom would like, she would say things and stuff that like made me upset, but she would never like beat me and stuff like that. It was just, it is, yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah.
I mean, like,
Because I know other people who had like bad experiences with their parents, to be honest.
I mean, like, mostly, the thing is that as a kid, you like Asian kid, you get a beating, and then that's it. You get over it. And that's something. The only thing too I don't get from people like right now, like complaining about, oh, I got my mom beat me up when I was a kid. Yeah, like my mom beat me up too. So, but I don't go out and like really complain about it or cry about it really. So there's like nothing you can do. And most likely, if you got a beating, it's because you did something stupid. Like, I'm sorry.
I feel like
There's that.
Haitian parents, though, they can take it too far because
Yeah, definitely. But
there is such a thing as like physical and like emotional abuse and stuff. And a lot of Haitian
yeah,
parents, when the topic, this is not just Haitian parents, this is ethnic parents in general, they don't really talk about the topic of mental health and stuff like that because to them, it's just like suck it up and stuff like that, deal with it, if you understand what I mean. Yeah, someone
yeah.
commented, not
Yeah, someone.
necessarily.
Yeah. Can he like can he kind of explain
Oh, I
what
think
he
she was
mean?
agreeing with the part I was saying and stuff. I think like
Okay.
basically what I was trying to say in my point is that like I think there's a difference between discipline and abuse and stuff like that. Obviously, you
Yeah,
want to
definitely.
raise your child right. You want to like make sure that your child like walks on the right path and stuff like that. But when you're like abusing them and stuff and giving them low self-esteem and like cuz like a lot of Haitian parents they don't know how to like they love you. You obviously as their parent they love you and stuff
Yeah,
like
they love
that.
you.
But they it's just the part of they're just too strict and stuff like that. They don't really show you they're not emotional with you and stuff like that
Exactly.
at
I
certain
mean,
points.
back in the days, I used to think the same way too. But like one day, I was talking to someone, and she made me realize something. Think about it. You can't give someone what you don't have, and guess what? They don't treat us as bad as they were treated when they were a kid. My my grandmother hit like broke my I mean hit my mom's head in like a table. For what? Because there's like a girl who like were doing bad stuff in the neighborhood. When I say bad stuff, like talking to boys and everything. So and then like every day my grandmother would talk about it and get mad. And then one day my mom said, why are you complaining about that kid? She's not even yours. And my grandmother
Hey,
lost it.
I would have just kept quiet. I would have just kept quiet, bro. At that point, bro,
Yeah,
what I've learned, see, I'm gonna let you finish. What I've learned is that there are certain battles you just can't win, bro. Like the way I see it is like when my grandma starts babbling to me, sometimes I just say, you know what? I could respond, but what's it really going to get me and stuff like
exactly.
that?
Just
It's
you let
like,
it go.
bro, like we're Christians, obviously. And like when people were accusing Jesus of things, sometimes Jesus just didn't say anything.
Yup.
Sometimes it's like you just have to realize that certain people won't change and stuff and that they're hard headed and stuff. So it's like you just deal with it. And what I've kind of learned is like something my uncle told me is that like your parents aren't always going to be around. And there's gonna be a
Yep.
day where like you wish they were annoying you. You wish they were like in your head telling you what to do and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think obviously I'm not saying tolerate abuse. I'm not saying tolerate emotional or physical abuse and stuff like that. Get help. And if you are if your parents are very toxic to you, I do not everyone's going to agree with me on this, but I do feel like you need to distance yourself from them a little bit. But like
Yeah.
I'm just what when I keep forgetting my thoughts, yo. What I'm basically saying is that like you have to like appreciate your parents while they're there and stuff like that because like they may seem strict now and stuff, but there are certain things your parents tell you right now, you won't understand it until like you're their age
Yeah,
and stuff, and they're like,
exactly. And you
that's
have kids
why
of
my
your
grandma
own.
always used to tell me this and stuff. That's why my mom
Yeah.
always used to tell me this. That's why my dad used to always get on me about this and stuff.
All
If you
right.
understand what I'm saying.
Someone with a lot of Haitian kids go through physical and verbal abuses from the parents.
Yeah, that's
Oh
very
yeah, that's very true. You know, like one of the thing my dad loves to say until this day, "Bon nous pas honte," like aren't you ashamed? You know, like definitely, like every time I do something, you know, Josue, so what do you do during the day? Oh, nothing really. I just like stayed on my phone. Bon, ou pas honte, aren't you ashamed? You know, like at one point, I'm not gonna let that, you know, like mess with my self-esteem, you know,
right.
because
Yeah.
guess what? I know under that like hard, like you know, hard face and everything, or like mean words and everything.
They don't really
It
actually
means
know
something
what they're saying sometimes. It's
exactly,
just
and
like,
sometimes they just want you to do something that they feel is good, so they just like do it the way they think it's gonna work, so, you know, by shaming you. So I mean, like it's just you know,
I mean,
I don't let that get into me anymore,
it's
really.
just like
So
sometimes, bro, it's like my mom is like I didn't really grow up. The thing is, like, my grandma probably thinks more like your parents think and stuff, but my mom, she was more Americanized and stuff, so she didn't really, although she was strict at times, she didn't really raise me as strict as other Haitian parents and stuff like that.
yeah,
So, yeah. So, like,
I mean,
sometimes my grandma will say things, and I'm like, oh my God, like, there are sometimes, like, bro, sometimes I'm like, I want to say something back, but I'm like, you know what? It's not gonna change anything. I don't want to be like, get mazishon or whatever. Or like, if
yeah,
you don't know what mazishon means, guys, it basically means like your parents curse you or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like, you know what? It is what it is, to be honest. I have 2 more years of college. Then,
yeah.
yeah, I am
No,
out.
one last thing I have to say for this question, you know, like when like your parents are like verbally abusing you, if you can call it that way. So here's what I think, you know, if they say me, if you tell me, you know, par na téléphone nan toute journée sans honte, al pour un livre. Like for example, don't stay on your phone all day, like you're not ashamed of that. Go take a book. I don't hear the Asian part, you know, I hear okay, go take a book and do something better with your life. Like I kind of blocked
It's like someone told me
the
that one
bad
time.
thing from my
Yeah.
head because
It's
I
like you
know
have
they
to
don't
like
really mean it. Yeah,
you have to filter out the bad from the good and stuff and like
definitely.
understand
Yeah,
what are they trying to say. If my grandmother or somebody else is saying like, oh, you've been on your phone all day and stuff like that, go do something with your life or something, I have to sit back and be like, okay, maybe the way they said it was right, but what do they actually mean? What are they trying to tell
it's,
me? Like,
exactly,
so they're
exactly.
basically saying
That's the way I see it.
being on your phone all day is not good, to be honest.
No, it's
Being
not
on your
good.
phone can be depressing at times. So it's like you have to listen to
Yeah,
what they're trying to say. And like it can be frustrating sometimes. But like I think you need to I mean, yeah, you just have to understand where they're coming from. Cause like
yeah,
it's not just wait, to be honest, I feel like Haitian parents really prepare you for life in that sense, because like you might have a boss who's not nice to you either and stuff.
exactly.
Like you might have
And
a boss that is just God, like pardon my language, a jackass. And like, yeah. So it's like and like
definitely
you can at that point, what are you gonna do? Quit your job and stuff because you're mad at your boss? I feel like
no.
this is where
And
I feel like our generation is prioritizes their emotions way too much in that sense.
exactly. And believe me, like if you can survive, you know, a strict Asian parents, there's
You can
nothing that
survive
like
anything,
you can survive
period.
everything, bro. Like there's that. Like keep that in head, guys. Like I know some of you be like, you know, my parents used to beat me up, is abusing, and I hate it. But like think about it in the
Honestly, if you
good
can
way,
live
kind
through
of.
a
Yeah,
Haitian household, you can live through anything. And
exactly.
I think one thing though, you should use like your experience in a toxic household to realize to be like, I'm not going to raise my kids that way and stuff like that. The
Exactly.
same way
Yeah,
my parents raised me, I'm never going to raise my kids like that. And
exactly. Yeah,
you can try to see like, okay, like you could try to like stop yourself from doing certain things that your parents used to do to you that didn't make you feel good and stuff. Because like I feel like
Exactly.
a lot of people like they don't like their parents and stuff like that, but they end up becoming just like their parents when they grow up.
Definitely,
So I
yeah.
think, but like what I'm trying to say is that use that same motivation, that same frustration that you feel like because of the way your parents are treating you. You should use that as like motivation so that you won't raise your kids that way. Sorry, I can't really articulate it well, but like you understand.
That's perfect. And also one of the things that woman told me to, you know what? Instead of asking Haitian parents to understand you, maybe try to understand them a little. I know like people are gonna say, oh blah blah, why, but like still like just try and do it. And really it works wonders, you know. Because like one of so then you don't really, I mean, you see like where they're coming from, you know.
Mhm.
And when they explain to you what their parents did to them, they don't do that to you. Like if they did that to you, I
You
mean,
wouldn't be alive.
basically you wouldn't be
That
alive. Yeah,
sounds messed up. That
definitely.
sounds messed up.
Yeah, that sounds messed up. Definitely, it's messed up. Like
It's messed up, bro. Like
it's
we
messed
have,
up.
it's our responsibility to really remove the toxicity that our parents like have and stuff. It's our
Yeah,
responsibility to do better. We can't really change the past, but like we can like uh, change how we approach the future and stuff. And I
definitely.
think you
And
should. I feel like if you're somebody, not if you're Haitian, but like if you're somebody who's living in a toxic household and stuff like that because of your parents' mindset in the way. One, if you feel like you need to distance yourself from your parents for the sake of your mental health, I strongly encourage you to do so. But you should also use your frustration to know that, like, man, if I were to grow up and have a family, I'm not going to raise my kids that way. I'm not going to be like that. I want to read the
yeah,
comments because
definitely.
I don't want to feel like people to think that we're ignoring them. Okay, so
Yeah.
my friend Franz said, facts, better stay quiet at times, be tactful. That's right. A lot of Haitian parents seem to mean well, but are very abrasive. Totally agree. You're
Yep.
never going to be able to change their mindset. You kind of have to work around it.
Yep.
That's factual.
Definitely. Definitely. That's facts. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Jose, we have like honestly 10, 15, 10, like we have 15 more minutes left because like you can only be on IG Live for like an hour or so. But
Okay.
we'll stop at 6:55 and stuff. But I'm
All
gonna
right.
go to the I'm gonna call this the last question. It might not be the last question, but how does Haitian culture at the end of the day affect the way you think?
Uh, I think it affects everything really because like in my opinion, you know, cultures are like the some lenses that you see the world through. You know, like my glasses, like I can see the world through it. That's like culture for me. You know. So because like I'm kind of like I don't know if I said that before, but I'm like easily attached, and
Oh
so
yeah.
I grew up like in Haiti for like 16 years, so I just can't get that out of my head really. I know like people in here they just come here and they forget everything about the country. I just can't do that. So like everything that happens to me, I kind of look at it like in a Haitian way really. So you know, what one example? What would it be? Like how, like you know, my culture affects the way I think. Um, for example, really, I don't know. Let's go back to school, for example. You know, like back in my day, like back in Haiti, you know, in the days in the time in my time in Haiti, so everything used to be like so strict. You go to school like at 7, you do this, you do that, and you get good grades. You don't do anything stupid because you shouldn't, and you're gonna get in trouble. And I feel like when I came here, just I just like didn't do anything that people were doing to, you know what I mean? Like I basically skipped my only class, like my first class ever, like last semester in college. And you know why I did it? It's because first of all, I was having like a discussion with my anthropology teacher, and then it took like 15 minutes from the next class. And then the next I was like, you know, a math class, which is like something I've been doing since I've been 13, 14. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to class today. So I
I
just
wrote
went to, I
skipping
just went
classes in
to,
college too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie.
I just went to to like a place on campus. I just sat down and what did I do? I don't know. Maybe watch a movie or something. That's like the first class I skipped, like
All right.
and did something on my own, like
I
ever.
I feel like
So
for me personally, it was more of like the way that you respect your teachers. Because I would see other kids in class disrespect the
yeah,
teacher, and me as a Haitian person, I like, because like I see certain people act up in class and stuff like that, and I'm like, yikes. Me
yeah,
personally, even if this is where the Haitian household comes in, right? Because in Haitian culture, you're not supposed to disrespect your parents, talk back to them no matter what and stuff.
exactly. And guess what? Back in Haiti, like I'm so
But
glad you
like, oh,
mentioned
what
this. You know,
I need to say this one last thing though. Like in
okay, go ahead.
Haitian culture, you're not allowed to disrespect your parents no matter what and stuff. But so I kind of like use that same logic and apply it to school and stuff. Like if you're
Yeah,
like teacher, even if your teacher's annoying and stuff like that, just like I just kind of tend to ignore it and stuff because like that's just yeah.
yeah. And one thing too, like back in Haiti, like every time a teacher comes into the class, you have to get up and say good morning, sir, good morning, madam. Like everybody has to stand up, and if you don't, punishment. So that's the thing. Like when I see people like like yelling on teachers, I'm like shouting at them, like uh, what is this? So I I'm like no, I don't get it. That's why I'm like really respectful towards people,
Yeah.
because here's the thing though, like that person is in charge of my grades, so
Yeah.
like
So
and guess what? I'm trying to get an A. I don't know about you. If you want an F, like just go on and do
keep doing
anything you
what you're
want. But like
doing.
I'm trying to get an A, so I'm gonna respect that person and I'm gonna find a way to understand them. That's kind of my game back in college.
Yeah.
Like my teachers, I made sure that I had like one-on-one time with all of them at least once,
Okay.
so they know who I am and I know who they are. So like I don't know if something happens, they know okay that's not him or some I don't know. Just I'm like I tried that because like I need to have a good relationship with all of them because they kind of have power over you really because like you paying them money and they're giving you grades. And if you fail, guess what? You're not gonna be able to continue in that in that classwork in that class.
Yeah,
So
and your parents are
you
gonna
you
beat
you
you when you
better be
get home.
careful about it.
And your parents are
Yeah.
gonna beat you when you get home.
You know.
Okay, so basically, Franz said culture is a lens through which we perceive things. Totally agree. And somebody else said, I'm Haitian and I disrespected the hell out of them white annoying teachers. LOL. So, I
But
mean,
guess
me
what?
personally,
That's
I couldn't find the courage to do that, to be honest.
Yeah,
Me
but guess
personally,
what? If that
I don't
person is
really
from
like,
Haiti,
I
they
don't
wouldn't
know.
be able to do that. So maybe they're like, taking this time because it's like free and everything. You can do whatever you want. So they just do it. They just do whatever they want. I mean,
Me
if
personally,
you
it's
want
like
to
maybe this is not really a Haitian thing, but just the way I am. But like me personally, like I don't really talk back to people. If someone says something stupid to me, I just look at them. But I'm like, at that point, I'm like, even if I
yeah,
do say something back, it probably would sound stupid. So there's no point in continuing the conversation and stuff.
yeah,
Okay, we
definitely.
have basic. How many minutes do you think we have? Have we been on live?
I don't know. I haven't been counting.
Usually it gives you like a countdown at like the last 2 minutes, but we're gonna finish at like 6:56 because I have to
All
go
right.
do something.
So let's
Um,
just kind of go over those comments really quickly then. So it says, "Lol, be nice doesn't give you a grade." That's right. It doesn't give you a grade, but if you are nice to your teachers and then guess what? They're gonna take their time and correct your exams really. Like, guess what? If someone's like is rude to you and you have to like stay at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning to like correct the exam, you're not gonna do it with like with a smile on your face. You see what I mean? And guess what? You're gonna probably end up making mistakes and give them an A instead of an A plus, or and then sometimes you might have a D minus and then you end up with an F because they took 1 point off for I don't know whatever reason they want to. So
all right.
just like be nice to our teachers, guys. It's really
How
important.
do you think the Haitian American experience is much different from Black Americans in terms of race? If I'm being honest, I'm not saying this is all African Americans and stuff. I don't want to get any hater stuff. I feel like Haitians tend to emphasize religion more. I don't know if you see this, right? Because I feel like
Yeah,
most
definitely.
African Americans, like, I mean, I don't want to say something wrong, but like, I don't know. To me personally, I feel like Haitians tend to be more religious, which is why they're like more strict and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And like, yeah, like I mean, people might get mad at this, but like I feel like certain Haitian parents will tell you like you see those like black kids and stuff like that, don't be like them. And when they mean black,
Yeah,
they're not talking about like black, they're talking about African Americans and stuff.
yeah, definitely, man. You know,
Like don't be
because
like oh like don't be like they like I don't know.
I,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
I know the stereotype. I know you know it too, but I don't want to say it on.
yeah.
I don't want to say it, but like,
Yeah, I'm
they'll be
not trying
telling
to
you,
offend somebody to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah. I'm not trying to offend anybody here, but like, they'll tell you, you know what?
I'm
Don't be
almost
like
done.
them. Like,
I'm glad to finish.
look at how they behave. Like, that way. And also, one thing I noticed, like, Haitian American are much prouder than other black people. Because we get to celebrate too. We have Dessalines, Christophe, and then like that whole history to like be behind us and everything. 1804, and be like, yeah, we kicked the French out and everything. We took independence, and like we kind of like much broader than other Black American. I would say, in my opinion. Like
We
I don't
have
say
like
that to
I guess
offend anybody.
cultural heritage to like get
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, well, Josue, it's 6:54 to be honest. I believe we started at 5:59. It was really nice talking to you. It was like
yeah.
nice having a conversation. Thank you to everybody who came.
Thanks,
I'm sorry
guys.
there were so many technical difficulties. We are supposed to start at like 5 o'clock, but things happened. But basically, Jose, what I'm gonna need you to do is that like share this on your IG live, download it, send it to
And
me,
then
and
send it to you. Yeah,
yeah, and then I'll
definitely.
post it on my page. Thank you guys
All
for
right.
coming. See you guys.
Thanks,
See you guys
guys.
next time. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.